Hi guys, and welcome to the world of 28mm. Ooh, what's this? New angle. Ugh. So, before we crack on, I just want to give a quick shout out to my mum. She was nice enough to buy me this new camera because I was having problems with the old one, and this is like my new early birthday present. So, shout out to my mum, who's also my cameraman at the minute, just to get my angles right. So, say hi mum to YouTube.
Hi!
Okay, so this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to be making some trees. Now, we all remember, or in my case I remember back in the 90s, going to Games Workshop and buying those really expensive but yet really awful trees. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some old school Games Workshop trees. We're going to make them look a lot nicer and a lot better for your tabletop. Alright, so let's head down to the table and we'll crack on. Right, so the first thing to do is to pick yourself up a cheap bottle brush. Now I've picked this one up from a local sort of what do you call them, warehouse store I guess, and this was here 95p. Okay, so we're going to find a bottle brush of the shape that you want your tree. Okay, and this is good to do if you only want to make 2 or 3 trees. Luke's APS did a video about making a bulk load of trees from something called Gutter Guard. And that's the best cost way effective doing it for lots of trees. But you know, if you want to just do 2 or 3, then this really is the way to go. Alright, so what we're going to do first off, I've got my big bolt cutters here. We're going to choose our length of our tree. So I'm going to use the whole lot here. So I'm going to pinch about 1 inch off of the bottom. Okay, I'll just lob that off. No measurements, just about 1 inch. There we go. Okay, so I've also got a little MDF base here as well. So, and a little hand drill. So you can tell what we're going to do. We're just going to make a quick hole in the base to sit this tree in. Well, there you go. There we go. Okay, and then we should just be able to screw in. There you go. Screw the tree into the base. There. Alright, didn't mean it to pop out the other end. Okay, so there's a base tree. Oh well, the based brush, should I say. Alright, so next step now is to get yourself some air dry clay or some milliput. So I've just got a bit of milliput, I'm just mixing it up now. And this is just going to create our trunk, the bark. After you've put this on, so I'm just going to, all I'm going to do is I'll bring it up to the camera so you can see it. So this new camera is throwing me out a bit with the different angles. I'll hold it up so you can see it there. So I'm just literally pushing it around to cover up that cover up the wire. And then we're gonna, when we got it to the bottom, we're just gonna tease the milliput down to make it look like it sort of goes into the base. And there we have it. Okay, so you can see we've got a tree stump on there, and then just to add a bit of texture to it, so when we paint it up, I'm just going to put a few, go through it with like a toothpick or in my case a hobby blade, and just make a few scores in it so that when you come to paint it later, you'll be able to pick out some dry brushy bits with it. And it's just a case of, like I say, coming in with your knife and creating some scores. Okay, so hopefully you can see that there. Okay, so we've got the bark on there. So I'm going to let this all dry now, and and let the milliput dry. In this, it's like super hot down where I am right now, so this probably only take a couple of hours to dry, and then we'll come back and we'll finish it off. Alright, so I'll see you in a sec, guys. Okay, so next up on the agenda is now that the milliput's all nice and dry, I'm going to take it outside. I've got some Valspar. What colour is this? I think it's like a coffee. Espresso Escape. There you go. So it's Valspar Espresso. Okay, I'm going to give this a quick spray outside, and I'll come back when it's done. Alright, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I figured this would be easier filming it outside because I'm using lots of aerosols and I really don't want to screw my lungs up. Okay, so you can see here we've got a tree. It's all base coloured in that coffee espresso stuff that I showed you earlier. Okay, and then so we'll move that out of the way. So next up we've got, you just want some normal sawdust flock for this next step, okay, and this will just give you a base layer of some foliage. And I've also got some Blue Tack, Fast Tack spray adhesive. This stuff's really good. If you can grab some of this, it is like £3 for this little can, but it's genius stuff. Okay, and all we're going to do is give this a good dousing over. Okay, before I start, I'll get my lid prepped. Welcome to my temporary spraying area. An old broken bench. Right. So we will take our glue and we will give it a quick spray. Give it a good coating. Make sure it all gets nice frosty and white up at the top as well. There we go. We've got a nice sort of frosty look. And I'm going to get a bowl and my flock and I'm just going to dump it over. Oh well, sprinkle it lightly, don't dump it. So you get a nice bit of coverage. Trust the wind to start blowing just as I start doing this. Okay. Once you've got coverage, just turn it upside down, give it a quick tap, get any excess off. Okay, and there you go. Alright, so you've seen me do it once. I'm now going to do this a couple more times just with normal sawdust flock, okay, just to make it a bit more thicker, and then we'll come back and we'll put some extra touches on it just to bring it to life a bit. Alright, so I'll see you when that's done. Okay, and lastly, I've given it one last blast and then come indoors so I'm not disturbing any neighbours. And what we're going to do is finish it off. I've got some mid-tone green leaves here made by Knock. Okay, and all we're going to do is sprinkle some over. I should put, there we go. Okay, so we're just going to lightly sprinkle some of these over. Don't sort of cover it like you did with the flock though. This is just to, you know, bring a bit of life to it. A bit heavy there. Let's not forget up the top, up here. And yeah, just a bit round there. Give it a quick tap off. Base fell off as well at the same time. Put that back in. And there you go. Okay. And that's your bottle brush trees. See if I can get that better angle for you. Like I say, I'm still getting used to these new camera angles. But yeah, so that's your bottle brush tree. Alright. So, we'll set up for the outro, and I'll see you in a sec. And there you have it, guys, okay? This week's episode, some nice, quick and simple, cheap and easy bottle brushes. Like I said, they're good if you want to do sort of just 2 or 3, say if you're using them on a base or something. For your miniatures. If you want to make a whole board's worth, then go out and grab some gutter guard. You can get it off eBay. I bought 2 meters for $5.99, so is pretty cheap, and I can get about 50 trees out of that, I reckon. So I'm looking at it, it's on the floor down here, I'm just looking at it. But yeah, so that's it for this week. Usuals for the video: like it if you liked it, share if you think anyone else would like to see it. Don't forget to subscribe for next week's episode. Okay? Have fun, guys.